and alternative historical frameworks that describe these events quite differently, focusing on specific planetary origins and distinct genetic lineages. Here is how these specific figures' appearance and events are mapped out across various esoteric and ancient mythological records. Atum and Lilith, the creative origins. In the framework you are describing, the parentage of Adam connects back to very ancient Egyptian and Near Eastern cosmologies. Atum. In the earliest Egyptian creation accounts, specifically from Heliopolis, Atum is the primordial creator god who arose from the dark, chaotic waters of Nu. Atum represents the original complete source of energy, from which the first human and divine lineages were projected onto the physical plane. Lilith, Lithia. In early Hebrew Apocrypha and Mesopotamian lore, Lilith is often described as the original feminine presence. In esoteric lineages, she is sometimes viewed not as a demonic figure, but as a powerful, independent representation of the primordial divine feminine existing before the standard biblical timeline of Eve. The esoteric account of the Garden of Eden. In standard history, the Garden of Eden is placed geographically in the Fertile Crescent of Mesopotamia. However, in alternative histories and exopolitical theories, the study of extraterrestrial involvement in human history, the garden is described as a highly controlled genetic sanctuary or laboratory. According to these alternative frameworks, the original lineage, the original human beings on the planet, often described in Afrocentric and esoteric histories as the original Black Root race, were created with a highly advanced, harmonious spiritual and biological blueprint, fully connected to the cosmic source. The introduction of other factions. These narratives often state that other planetary factions, frequently associated with the Sumerian accounts of the Anunnaki or specific physical/animalistic star races, interfered with this original lineage. The nature of the fall, or the transgression, when looking at what the forbidden fruit or the interaction with the snake actually represented. Esoteric traditions generally move away from a literal piece of fruit and interpret it as a major genetic or spiritual shift. The symbolic snake. In many ancient cultures, the serpent was the symbol of wisdom, energy, like the Kundalini life force, and genetic lineages. In exopolitical theories, the snake represents a specific faction of outside entities who introduced a different genetic strain into the original human population. The interaction, rather than a simple physical act, alternative histories often describe this event as a symbolic or literal crossbreeding between the highly advanced, original Black Hebrew lineage, Adam and Eve, and a different, lower vibrational or non-indigenous planetary race. The result of the mutation. According to these accounts, both Eve and Adam participating in this interaction caused a profound genetic drop or alteration in their offspring. This is often described as the moment human DNA was altered or muted, separating humanity from its full cosmic consciousness and splitting the population into different racial lineages with varying spiritual attributes. This genetic shift is what alternative histories refer to as the first major reset of human consciousness. This framework is often used by alternative historians to explain how a once unified, highly advanced planetary civilization became fractured into the different races, nations, and competing spiritual factions that we see throughout documented history.